We're here with Mike Bolt, better known as one of the keepers of the cup. Now, Mike, my first question for you, and a lot of people may be asking this at home, is how does one become a keeper of the cup?
By not being a good hockey player. Because in Canada growing up, you don't dream of looking after you dream of winning it. But like most people playing hockey, the reality getting in the NHL is pretty hard. So next best thing is do get a job at the Hockey Hall of Fame. I've been working there since '95, and I've been doing the Keeper of the Cup since 2000. And it's taken me around the world, and I've seen a lot of interesting things. And as I tell people, I only hang with winners, so it's kind of cool.
Very cool. Now, where do you go with this thing? You travel quite a bit.
Yeah, I mean, right now we're kind of on a media tour promoting the playoffs, which start April 11th, and we're going to be, in Providence tomorrow, New York tomorrow night, and then down to Philly, and then Vegas by the weekend. And, during the regular season, we're out doing events with the National Hockey League, whether it's some of our corporate partners, some of our big events like the Winter Classic or the All-Star Game. And then we work with the individual teams, whether it's, like a Vinny LeCavier having his number retired, to even working with the minor leagues like the American League, ECHL, just out promoting hockey. This might be the greatest tool to market the game of hockey for sure. So
it's hard not to notice the gloves that you're wearing. Now, what are some of the rules that you have just to be extra careful with this thing?
Well, I wear the gloves. I mean, I'm a keeper of the cup. I'm not a winner. So it's an artifact too. This trophy is 126 years old, and like any artifact in any museum, you always handle it with white gloves. Now, it does sound, people do say, kind of funny because we do let the fans touch it. Obviously, the players can put beer and eat out of it and stuff like that in the cup, and it does get pretty dirty. But and people just think us handling the cup with white gloves is pretty cool.
You mentioned the beer, which leads me to my next question. You know some pretty crazy stories about this cup. Can you tell us one of them?
Oh, there's so many different ones. I mean, you had Andrew Ference on earlier, and he still has one of my favorite days. I mean, how he was creative and being the environmental guy that he is, he made sure that they were riding the bikes around Boston, right down to the police escort. The police had to be on bikes too, and he had his family in rickshaws, and it was a lot of fun. And just seeing the fans, like it's normally we're driving around in SUVs or minivans, and nobody really knows the cup's in the car. And whereas everywhere we went, people could see the cup out of the stroller off the back of his bike. Being here in Boston, we'll talk about Chara taking it back to Slovakia. That's another huge hockey country, and the European backdrop with the kind of the big hills or mountains with the castle. There's an old castle there, and he actually had his party up at the old castle, and it was that was a really good one. And people think the parties get really wild. I mean, they're fun and crazy, but at the end of the day, we want to make sure the cup stays safe and respected. So it is, the coolest trophy in all the sports.
Now, I imagine it's hard to keep it safe all the time. Has there been moments where this thing has dropped maybe, or something's happened to it?
It's had the odd accident, yeah. I mean, again, it's a trophy that doesn't hide behind glass, and it's out in the public every day, and so accidents can happen. We try and prevent them as best we can, but we're not duct taped to the thing, so accidents do happen.
Now, most of us, we can't keep track of our keys, our wallets, our phones. You're in charge of this thing, and you have to take it on planes. I mean, what's the most nerve-wracking part of your day with this thing?
The plane travel can be, going through airports and stuff like that, and I traveled with the cup prior to 9/11, and as we all know, everything changed after 9/11, and so once I hand it to the airline, I have to trust they do their job. I mean, they're pretty good. Have we had mishaps where I've landed in a city and the cup's not there? Yeah, and it's a big deal because everywhere we're going, there's an event lined up. So whether it's a player day, which is really unfortunate where, it didn't make it, and it has happened. We either try and make it up, or unfortunately the player's day, it's cut a little short because of the air travel. But, yeah, I would say probably when we're flying, because once you hand it over, you got to trust they do your job. So you're always a little nervous until it comes out at the other end on the oversized baggage carousel.
Yeah, I think we've all been waiting for our baggage. We haven't been responsible for this thing, but a little scary. And Mike, you said you're not a winner, but I think you're winning in a lot of people's books. Thanks so much.
Well, thank you.